Welcome to Beyond the Screen, I'm Nate, and today we're going to be breaking down some fun topics, the top 10 celebrity fails of 2023 so far. Number 10, Rebel Wilson. Rebel has lived up to her name by not only staying in a hotel that she shouldn't be in, but a country that she's not allowed in either. Last year, Rebel came out as a member of the LGBTQ+ community and was accepted with open arms. However, in January of this year, Rebel and her girlfriend Ramona Agruma were among the several celebrity A-listers that were among the first to stand in the brand new Atlantis, the Royal Hotel in Dubai. Dubai is famously known for its anti-LGBTQ laws, with many same-gendered couples being forced to stay in separate rooms whenever they visit in case the authorities come knocking, and that's just the lighter side of that. But Rebel did not care. Not only did she go on vacation in Dubai, she also posted several photos of herself and her girlfriend posing in their lavish hotel suite. Many members of the community called out the audacity of Rebel for even stepping foot into the country that hates who she is, but it was revealed that Rebel was actually staying at the hotel for free and was posting photos as some kind of like a paid sponsorship type deal. Following the slew of negative comments towards Rebel, you would think that she would apologize or give like a brief explanation, but instead she posted more photos of herself and Ramona attending the ribbon cutting ceremony, blatantly exploiting your status and power to break rules and do whatever you want. Epic fail. Number 9, Austin Butler. Earlier this year, Mr. Butler delivered an iconic performance as the original king of rock, Elvis Presley, in the movie Elvis. However, since that film has wrapped, there's been one lingering trait that Austin just can't seem to shake. For one reason or another, Mr. Butler has continued to speak in his Elvis voice. He has a southern drawl and a rasp to his voice that he's just never had before. The most glaring example was his acceptance speech at this year's Golden Globes. For a moment, it sounds like he's doing a character instead of actually accepting his award, but as he continued to thank his fellow performers, the audience realized that this was just his voice now, I guess. He addressed the speculation that his voice had shifted to Australia in June, and he claims that the voice comes from working on the project for 2 straight years. He also claimed that the Elvis voice is something that he uses to help himself when he's in awkward situations. But according to recent reports, Butler has been working with a speech therapist in an attempt to rid himself of the voice. But he already filmed his role in Dune Part 2, and it was right after he played Elvis. So does that mean that in a few months we're gonna get Elvis in space? Space. Number 8, Britney Spears. This is a more recent scandal with Miss Spears. You see, recently in the most peaceful and godlike city in the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, she was spotted near NBA player Victor Wembanyama at a hotel. According to the police reports and the recently released security videos, Britney tapped Vic on his back and shoulder in an attempt to get his attention. This is when his security team had reportedly backhanded her, causing this whole situation in the first place. Britney claimed that the security detail laid their hands on her, but the reality was that the security team's ninja-like reflexes caused them to accidentally push her own hand back towards herself, inadvertently slapping herself across the face. The funny thing with that situation is just like how hard she confirmed that someone else had hit her, but did you not feel your own hand touch your face? That would be like me standing here and going, "Hey, who did that?" With the footage not only proving her guilt, but her misremembering of the situation, many are beginning to question if Britney was all there during the situation. I'm just saying, the only time I've ever forgotten stuff that significant is after a couple of trips to my deck, if you know what I mean. I'm talking about smoking marijuana. Number 7, Raven-Symoné. That's so Raven is something that a lot of people are going to be saying over the next few weeks, thanks to the former That's So Raven star Raven-Symoné sharing with the world that she in fact gets mental images of the past, present, and future events. On an episode of her and her wife's podcast, Best Podcast Ever, the host spun a wheel of conversation topics. The wheel landed on the word psychic. The guest on the episode, Kiki Palmer, said that she believed that they exist, but that she's, not one of them at all. Well, Raven was on a show about it, so Symoné claims that she gets psychic visions randomly throughout her life, saying that she has an ability to tap into the psychic energy that surrounds everyone. But she also claims to be able to do things that a lot of people claim to do, like walking into a room and being able to instantly read the vibe. Yep, get this woman a spandex shoot, she's an X-Man. In fact, her own wife immediately called her out and claimed that she might have been seeing The Matrix just a few too many times. Maybe it was Neo, or maybe it was the several years spent on a sitcom in her early days, but this does make us wonder, what was the casting process like for that show? Hi, Miss Symoné. Yes, we'd like you to read. Why is she staring at the wall? oh my god, she's perfect! Number 6, Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner could be on this list for numerous reasons, but today we're going to be focusing on the fails of this year. Oh wait, no, there's still plenty to use. The one that we're going to cover today is about an accidentally dark theme that she had during her kid's joint birthday party. One of the photos showed Stormi under a sign that said Stormy World, which was clearly inspired by her father Travis Scott's album Astro World. She received a massive amount of backlash, referring to the 2021 Astro World Festival crowd surge that caused 10 people to lose their lives. Not only was this in bad taste, and not only was it a fail, but 1 month earlier, Kylie announced that she had named her new 11-month-old son Air. A-I-R-E, which is a word that many fans have pointed out as a common Arabic expression for my pee-pee. It's not actually what it is, I just can't say the real word because it's YouTube. May the Lord be on her shoulders should she ever decide to travel to the Middle East. Number 5, Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth was recently involved with a little court case that started back in 2017. Apparently at that time, Gwyneth was on a ski slope with her kids when she ran into a man named Terry Sanderson, which he claims caused life-changing injuries. Earlier this year, the man finally decided to file a lawsuit against Paltrow asking for $300,000 in damages. However, she was not about to take that lying down. Gwyneth countersued for $1 plus legal fees for making her even appear in the courtroom. After only 2 weeks, it was revealed that Gwyneth was not at fault, and in fact, several eyewitness accounts claimed that Mr. Sanderson was the one who collided with Paltrow, and that he was just trying to squeeze some money out of a successful woman. At the end of the day, this was not the Amber Heard Johnny Depp celebrity trial of the century. It was just time in court that she could have spent on designing a new candle. In the end, she won her $1 reward and wished Sanderson well, but yeah, come on Gwen, you gotta take them for all the cheddar they got. Number 4, Eva Green. Eva Green has been involved in a lengthy court case thanks to a project that never got off the ground. The film was called A Patriot, and Eva was set to star as the leading lady, until the film was cancelled due to never being able to get proper studio funding. At the time, Eva was under a pay or play contract, meaning that whether the film got off the ground or not, that she would be paid for her time. A payment that was $1 million. Yep, they said let's give her $1 million before someone even gave them $1 million to make the movie. Eva opened a court case against the studio claiming that they had not paid her yet, but the studio launched a counterclaim that she had conspired against the project to tank it on purpose. They claim she misused her contract and undermined the production, causing it to collapse in order to buy out the script and make the film herself. As part of the discovery process, several of her personal messages from the app WhatsApp were revealed to the court that proved that she had in fact said terrible things about the production, the script, and the people that she was working with. She called people things that I'm not allowed to say online, so just imagine a terrible thing that someone has referred to you as. There you go. She ended up winning that court case, but not before being outed as having one heck of a trucker mouth. Number 3, Kendall Jenner. Another Jenner to grace this list, Kendall has been called out for her epic fail at using Photoshop. After posting several pics to Instagram in February, fans noticed something strange with pic number 4. Kendall had hands that appeared to either be melting or stretching out like she was a werewolf. The image is clearly edited in some way but was done poorly. Not only do her fingers look long, and honestly it's terrifying to look at, but someone actually forgot to Photoshop in open eyes. She looks like she is letting out the most stress-relieving fart of all time. Regardless of how the pictures were supposed to turn out, they revealed that she not only edits most if not all of her pics, but she needs to watch a tutorial or something. Seriously, her hand looks like the leg of a dog. Number 2, Justin Roiland. The creator of the incredible adult cartoon comedy Rick and Morty was on a hot streak at the start of this year. Rick and Morty had just been renewed for another season. His first-person adventure game, High on Life, was becoming one of the most played games across the country. Oh yeah, and he got arrested because he's a jerk. It turns out that this man who made the world laugh was once a man who made women cry. It was revealed that he would be facing 2 separate criminal charges in Orange County, stemming from a domestic incident that took place in 2020 with a woman that he was dating at the time. While he denied the allegations at first, several other women came forward to share their stories of mistreatment from Justin, who had apparently been sending them direct messages online that varied from tame to just the creepiest things you have ever seen in your life. Roiland was stripped of his contract with Disney and Hulu, who had been distributing his shows on their streaming services, and funding was pulled from all projects. Roiland was also replaced on both Solar Opposites and Rick and Morty, with the current news being that Dan Stevens is taking his place, so I don't know, let's see how that goes. And at number 1, Colleen Ballinger. Former YouTuber and current demon Colleen Ballinger has been outed as a of her young fans, and I'm not talking about cutting dogs' hair. Colleen is best known for her character Miranda Sings on YouTube, who became so popular that she received her own Netflix series. And I'm sorry if you haven't seen that, it's long gone by now. Following the slew of cancellation and backlash from the world, she tried to save face but failed miserably. Colleen decided to post an apology online, and she did apologize while playing a ukulele. After this woman is shown to be a literal monster, she thought that it would be appropriate to go out and sing about it. In response to the cringiest apology of all time, her fans decided to remind her of a little misstep that she made in her career. A few years ago, she decided that it would be an awesome idea during one of her live shows to sing and dance to Beyonce's Single Ladies. Hey, we've all been there, but we haven't all been wearing blackface while we do it. Yep, there's just a terrible clip of Colleen barefooted on stage, wildly flailing and waving her arms about. And I'm just wondering how it took so long for this woman to get canceled. Like, none of the parents at that concert were like, oh man, I loved it. No. Those are the top 10 celebrity fails of 2023 so far. Who else do you think is destined to fail? Let us know in the comments below. If you made it to the end of this video, thanks a lot. Drop a like if you had a good time. It means a lot to us here at the channel. Thanks for stopping me on the screen today, and we'll see you next time.